They believe in that lost up in mind stronger than most people that believe in God.
A bellhop welcomes visitors to Denver, Colorado. Soon, he'll pack his own bags and set off on the adventure of a lifetime.
He was really excited about this trip.
But there's much more to his journey than he's let on. His computer details a stunning obsession.
You can turn in a circle and it would all look the same to you. It'd be like a bad nightmare.
It's late November 2009. Jesse favors the graveyard shift, working through the night.
He wanted a job that was, that were those hours. He's the middle of the night person.
At 6 feet 4 inches tall and more than 200 pounds, Jesse is well suited to the physical requirements of a bellhop's job.
They called him the gentle giant. He's really big with the big shoulders and the long arms and the long legs, and he's soft-spoken.
For the past year, Jesse has been preparing for a lengthy solo camping trip. It's nearly 900 miles to his destination.
His plans were to be home before Christmas. And I said, oh great, we can all get together for Christmas.
But Jesse won't make it home to Denver for the holidays. Nearly a month after Jesse's departure, a hiker is making his way through the intriguingly named Superstition Mountains in the Tonto National Forest when he comes across something odd.
The tent was no longer erected. It was flattened out. There were some other items scattered around the campsite. Inside that tent, he found a wallet with money, credit cards, car keys.
The hiker finds it unusual that someone would leave such important belongings out in the open.
The wallet had a Colorado license. The license plate on the vehicle was from Colorado. Something wasn't right. Denver police were able to find out through a coworker, actually, that Jesse Capon was out in Arizona on his annual treasure hunt.
I think it's one of the most amazing stories ever told. Very popular legend. One of the most popular in America.
Historian and writer Tom Collenborn is an expert in the lore of the Lost Dutchman mine. The story begins in the 1860s. According to legend, Waltz, who was known as the Dutchman, located a mine somewhere in the Superstitions. A mine with gold so pure would be incredibly valuable today.
They figure this mine is worth $30 billion.
Now it appears that Jesse Capon is possessed by the legend of the man and the mysterious mine.
My father called it the Dutchman syndrome. These are people who really believe it's out there. They're totally convinced. They believe in that lost up in mind stronger than most people that believe in God, believe in God.
I was just realizing how this is bigger than I thought it was. It was just completely, totally overwhelming.
A long-planned camping trip in the Superstition Mountains has brought Jesse Capon to Apache Junction, Arizona. If Jesse has gold fever, his dreams require the search and rescue team to think more like prospectors.
Hikers generally stay on the marked trails. Treasure hunters aren't going to stay on the marked trail because that's not where the treasure is.
Back in Denver, his family digs for clues in Jesse's apartment.
I didn't want to invade his privacy, but we have a short period of time that we could possibly save Jesse if we have more information.
We'd had Thanksgiving dinners together and Christmas dinners together and so forth, and he never mentioned anything about his secret life of treasure hunting.
The history of the Superstitions is riddled with headlines and stories of sudden or mysterious deaths. Then it happens again.
Now we had 4 people that had disappeared in 6 months, and I was just frightened.
They felt sure they had the location for the Lost Dutchman mine.
A little over a year after Jesse Capen's disappearance, there is a grim discovery. A local treasure seeker, roaming the Superstitions, is horrified to come upon the skeleton of a man. He finds another set of remains nearby. A third is later located not far away.
It was determined by the medical examiner that all of them had expired from exposure.
It's a cautionary tale that grips Jesse's family with worry.
Why can't they find Jesse? Why can't they find his body? Why?
Maybe he got stuck in a cave. Maybe he fell into a mine shaft. Jesse may have gotten himself into something that he couldn't get out.
The investigation into the disappearance of Jesse Capen hits a dead end. Then, almost 2 years after Jesse vanished, a new clue surfaces. High atop Tortilla Mountain, one of the peaks of the Superstitions, there is a logbook that successful climbers sign when they reach the top. It attests to the fact that Jesse had made it to the summit.
There was a piece of paper with about 16 names, and at the bottom it said Colorado, Jesse Capen, 12/4/09. I just felt Jesse go right through me. It was just, when I saw his signature, it was really good to know that he'd been on top of Tortilla Mountain.
His mom verified that was his handwriting. So we know for a fact on the 4th of December he was on that mountain.
Whatever happened, Jesse Capen and his secrets are now part of the lore of the Lost Dutchman gold mine.